I have to say something as someone who is pretty damn good at being himself, which is probably, for what it's worth, not something, oh my God, which is, for what it's worth, probably not something you've ever heard someone proclaim to be good at as like a skill. But I am. I mean, think about what being yourself really means. Because I argue that people give it as advice all the time without really understanding the implications and how major they are. Um, a mentor tells you, yes, Sally, of course, but you really should just work on being yourself. And you walk out of that office and you're like, who is that? Because what that person basically just told you is like, whoever is the most true, real, honest, authentic version of you, Sally, just tap into her. And what that mentor, in my head, this is a professor, you went to office hours. I don't know where you went to school, but congratulations, you got in. You haven't graduated yet, though, Sally. So, as far as that goes, I'm pretty good at being myself because what that requires is what almost everybody I've ever met is in some way working against is this habit of people pleasing that you've built up, which is a direct response, survival mechanism, coping strategy from some kind of, at one extreme end of the spectrum, abuse through bullying, through just like minor annoyances of people when you were younger telling you something about yourself that set you apart from everybody else that's now stayed with you into adult life because when they pointed out that thing about you, they made you feel very different. And we don't come into the world realizing that different is bad, and different isn't intrinsically bad, but people are assholes and clumsy with words, and when you're a kid, you're just absorbing everything. So you then grow up as this person who's hiding everything about yourself that you view as different and curating and performing a version of yourself that is more tolerable and palatable to the world insofar as you see it to be, right? A lot of this involves mind reading, which you actually can't do, but you think you can, because then that will avoid danger. So at the very beginning, I said, I have to say something as a person who's pretty good at being myself. And so what I mean by that is I've done the work. I've done a lot of fucking work, from the therapy to the journaling and the meditation, but also to the externalizing of that internal healing, which is this. I use and teach to my clients and to, over 800,000 people across TikTok and Instagram, content creation and storytelling on social media as a form of externalizing that self-healing, a way of practicing being yourself. So the thing I have to say is that even as a person who feels like I pretty much understand at my core who I am, and when I'm falling out of alignment with that core self, and when I'm really in it, I think